God, I had my microphone off. That's oh my god, why does OBS keep doing that every time I restart? Okay, I'm just letting y'all know I might need to restream because it is I'm looking at it on YouTube and it's like squishing it to 16:9. Here, let me like pull it up on my phone and see if that's any better. Alright, let's see. Yep, that's okay. Okay. That's bad. That's not. It's quiet? Oh boy. Okay, let me turn that back up. There, can you hear me a little bit better? Oh my god, this is so scuffed. Hold on. Microphone. Alright, let's see. Sound settings. Is my mic not like at full output? Okay, how about now? That should be a bit better. Okay, actually, wait, let me turn that down a little bit so I'm not blasting out you guys' eardrums. Yep, there we go. Okay, that should be a bit better. Yikes. Okay, shit. I don't know what's causing it to, be... What the fuck? Why are you 16:9? Why? You should be able to stream in ultra wide just fine. What the hell is going on? You have a loud machine next to you? Oh yeah, that would probably cause an issue. Oh yeah, no, I love this this update 4 screenshot. It'd be even better if I could if it wasn't squished. Mixer? Okay. Hello, Moth. Hello, Swifty. Hello, Rock. Hello, like I said, I might have to restream because this is this is fucked. Okay. Okay, something's... Alright, let's see. Mm-hmm. Okay. You change the canvas. Okay. Alright. Video settings, base, canvas resolution. Yeah, that's fine. That's all lining up. That's the correct aspect ratio. What the fuck? Squish it more, make it vertical. Okay. That should be working fine. What the fuck? Why is it not working? Okay. This is alright, this is having me a little confused. I have it set up. I have it set. What the hell? Okay. Well, I mean, you guys can see my desktop now. That's worth something. But again, it's fucking squished. It's 16 by 9. And when it shouldn't be. What the hell? Okay. Something's fucky. Something's weird here. Alright, okay. I'm going to... Okay. Settings. Stream, output. Yeah, that looks fine. Looks good to me. Why are you like this? Okay, hold on. Alright, I'm gonna have to restart it. Give me a second. Sorry, guys. Sorry, fellas. Yep. Did it work? Hello? Chat? Are we live? Is it live? Is it not? Okay, hold on. Is it? I'm still squished. This sucks. Okay, hold on. Alright. Okay. I have one more thing. I'm gonna stop the stream, but I'm gonna change my settings here so that it's oh fuck, shut up. Okay. Alright. Gonna go here. Change the video. Okay. There's no difference. It's not changing at all. Stop! It's making the fucking Windows error sound. Shut up. Okay, I'm gonna restream again. Try something else. Hold on. Go. Okay. Try again. Is it back? Oh my god, it's still squished. Okay. Alright, this is... Whew. Okay, hold on. Alright, I'm gonna do it again. Doing it one more time. Streaming. Go. Please work. Please go. Please work. Please work. Please... Why are... Okay. Alright, is it? Alright. I'm gonna have to fix all this shit, but... Move me in there. Ta-da. Is it even working? What the hell? Why is my mic, like, constantly active? Okay, whatever. I'm gonna do that. Okay. Is it squished? It's normal? Okay. Well, that sucks, because my screen is not that. Oh, this is gonna be a pain. This is gonna be a pain to deal with. But I will live. I will survive. Okay. Okay. Gonna pull up the chat right here. Ka-chow. Oh. Alright, I'm gonna just set it like this so that I can get a general like feel for where the edge of the screen is. Okay. Right here. And right. Oh, can't squish that one. Okay. Yep. We're just gonna make a new tab. Just push out. Squish this down to around. What? Come on. Oh, screw off. Didn't know that V3 QA testers had Gamma and Ava? Yeah, but it's kind of, you know, it's kind of jank. It's not really working correctly. Okay. What the? Why are you? Can I? All right, all right. What applications do I have that can squish down to that size? Okay, this is a learning experience. All right, that one can. That one can. Okay, so I'm gonna shrink that down to there. Wabow. Cool. Cool, 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 cool. Now I'm gonna do, holy, I'm gonna take this, tab into both of these, then I'm gonna, what, come on, come on, let me in, let me in, let me in, what the fuck, what the hell, okay, just gonna, this is all according to my delicate master plan. And now, just like that, they all snap correctly. Try not having a widescreen mod. Shut up! It was streaming fine a while ago. I, like, did a test recording and everything, and it worked okay. What the heck? How dare you call Dre an NPC? Well, it's gonna be. Sorry. Okay, I'm gonna close you. And I'm gonna... What am I gonna do? Alright. Okay. This is, don't disrespect Dryo. I'm sorry, man. Look, do you want to see, like... Okay. The pinnacle of Afrima. It's basically already an AI. Like, what does it do? What does he do, genuinely? Literally, what incentive would I have to make it playable? Like, why? Why would I do that? He's doing his best? No. No, he's not. No, no. Did my music just stop? Yeah, it did. Okay. Sigh. He's cute? No. Okay, well, I'll agree. He looks pretty cool. I think his mall's kind of neat. It's a bit, I mean, it's a bit bland, but it's Drysaur, so I know what you want from me. But, like, dude. No, I agree. They're bros. They're kind of neat. But, like, in all seriousness, what do you expect? Also, yeah, Hipsy's AI too, Trudon's AI, Galley's AI, Taka's AI, because Taka's already AI. Yeah, Hipsy's already, it's already there. Okay, I'm gonna move my little guy. Take you. Nope, not that far. And there. Perfect. Ta-da. Remember when Comp used to be playable back in Update 4? That was only due to a, I guess like an oversight where it was left playable. It wasn't something that you could traditionally enable. You had to make had to do a server-side mod for it. It wasn't like a toggle. It was kind of like the current, or I guess the previous, like, you know, when they enabled Rex in advance. Or just enabling the spawns for it in the server settings. We're seeing a few videos about it. Yeah. I honestly don't really know how Compy and Pterodactylus AI works. So, I mean, that might be on here too, but that kind of remains to be seen. But in general, this is kind of what we're looking at for the current roster balancing and such. And yes, I fully understand that the range of 3.6 tons to 7.2 tons is ridiculously huge. It looks a little silly. But that's kind of how it stacks up tier-wise, like, with Rex and Stego being roughly on par with one another. Assuming 3.6 is the minimal weight in that tier? Or, that's the max weight in that tier. So, Maya is... So, like, it's just whatever the max is, that's whatever the way at the top is, with the exception of this tier, because Trike is not going to be 11.6. No, Stego's going to be around, like, 4.5? 4.6, maybe? Not sure yet. Stego's probably one of the least fleshed out creatures on here, like thoughts-wise. Maya's 3.6, Dibble's 1.9, Tenna's 1.1, Dilo's 650 kilograms, etc., etc. Yeah. Okay, cool. So, yeah. As of right now, this is kind of where I'm sitting. Yeah, Rex is 7.2, Maya 3.6, Diablo 1.9. Yep. Yes, those are the max weights for those tiers. This is kind of where we're sitting right now. All of this is obviously subject to change, but yeah, this is where it feels like intuitively comfortable for me. With obviously Trudon, Hypsilophodon, Dryon, Galley being banished to being NPC only, and Dino, Herrera, and Pteranodon being completely cut. Only thing I'm iffy about is Allo and Carno. You're buffing Carno up. I personally see Allosaurus as being heavier on par with Carno. Hello, DP. How's it going? I understand that. However, I think that Allo is just like a bit more fun if you treat it as a bit smaller, proportionally. What are the weight changes mostly based off of? Paleo accuracy or just balancing purposes? Kind of a mix of both. In some cases, it's for accuracy. But in most cases, it's just because I think it would be a little bit more fun in that range. Sub-Allo is quite fun, yeah. I just kind of think that having it be, like, dishing out a lot of power for its size, being a pretty quick grow, being just a, you know, a being of chaos, and dying quickly, kind of befits Allo. And that allows me to lean into its more like pack-based hunting when like hunting larger creatures a lot easier than if it was significantly larger, in which I would feel kind of uncomfortable treating it with a more group dynamic. Also, the main reason it's there is just because it feels like if I moved him up to around here, then there would be like a weird void of carnivores in this size range. That would be filled somewhat with berry, obviously, but I don't know if berry really fits the, you know, really aggressive predator archetype that Aloe very comfortably fits into. Literally a sub Aloe or a sub Aloe right now. Had 3 Prime Elder Omnis come at me and I pestered them off. Nice. I know your opinions on why Dino and Herrera cut, but Trudon cut and NPC only? Absolutely! Yeah, DP, I took your recommendation for Tab's music. Oh yeah, no, I think we really need like an Alberto or something to fill in that gap in size range. Yeah. But yeah, no, Trudon is absolutely one that I wanted to cut from the very beginning. It was a higher priority cut than Herrera and Pteranodon. That thing needed to go. It is probably the single most like overtly problematic creature on this list. But I have a solution for it. Okay, so with Trudon being NPC only, that's during normal server time, but we'll be doing events every once in a while that'll re-add Trudon as a playable. And they'll sort of act as a as a server wipe all on their own. I can explain that a bit later, or right now if y'all want to hear it, but yeah. Trudon needed to go. That was going to happen. Either way. Yawn. Ugh. Will you be enabling Prime in your modded server? Kind of, but not really. I'm going to be completely removing the Prime requirements. So it'll be... So technically everyone will get Prime. However, Prime itself is not going to be like in a whole extra stage of growth. It'll just be like a continuation of adult, just slightly larger, slightly stronger, and a bit slower. And then the fall off is going to be the same irregardless. So basically there's not going to be any more frail in Prime. It's just going to be elder, if that makes sense. Explain now. So this is like your plans for server balancing when things become malleable code-wise? Oh no, they're malleable code-wise right now. Like technically we could go forward with this like right now if I knew exactly what I was doing, which I most certainly do not. But yeah, this is very feasible right now. Caden's Athens mod seems to be able to remove Prime Elder, but making Prime mandatory is also a good decision. Yeah, we'll just have to adjust how the system works, which, to my knowledge, shouldn't be that hard to do. Okay, so explaining right now with Trudon. Basically, the TLDR is... I'm experimenting with the idea of having regular server wipes. But I don't just want to have, like, you know, oh, every 2 months progress gets reset, because that's kind of boring. You know, that's lame. However, if I, like, turned it into sort of, like, event thing, where, like, all the spawns for every single playable are completely disabled. You just can't spawn it. And Trudon is enabled, meaning naturally everyone's going to only be able to spawn as Trudon, and over the course of the day, more and more Trudons will become a thing. They'll just take over the server. Then we can also play with the idea of, you know, obviously in that case, you're going to be like, oh, well, I mean, it's going to be wiped anyways. Who's going to want to log on and just die? I think it would be pretty cool if you manage to survive like to the end of the server or to the end of the Trudon event with your creature, and then we can also track like, you know, how long you were alive. Let's say be on the server for at least an hour up until the point that the server closes. Then we can say that, oh, we'll just give you a token, or we'll allow you to carry that creature through to the next wipe. Which will sort of incentivize players to, you know, stick it through and try to endure the the Trudon Horde, which I think will be way more fun than just having a overtly broken playable exist perpetually. That way I can sort of lean into its more problematic aspects by treating it as just a invasive species that will wipe out the entire island, ostensibly. Will the modded server only be managed by you, or will you receive help from either Caden or Pretzel? So I'm going to be having Caden, Pretzel, and the rest of the Orion team help me with developing the project, but the server will be managed by me and the rest of the Apollo-Files team. Allo being under 2 tons and Kerna being heavier is interesting. Yes, I quite like it. I wouldn't be surprised if Caden... Yeah, no, they'll be helping out. And yes, they are the backbone of modding here. When everyone's super, no one will be. Yeah. Hey, that's you. Yeah, at Lima, you can have admin powers. You can jump in and, you know, smite people with lightning. Wouldn't that be sick? You know, do a little casual admin abuse. You know, vent your rage against the community. Appreciate how you nerfed Allo and Dibble. Yeah, a bit. Dibble, I wouldn't really think of it as a nerf, more just shifting where it's at. Because I gotta keep in mind that I can break the connection between weight and HP. So just because something has, say, 1,500 weight, that does not mean they will have 1,500 health. I can give them like 3,000 health or 500 health if I wanted to. That's not too hard. Oh no, one of the big things I wanted to do was tweak all of the model and creature sizes to be, I don't know, just feeling like a bit more realistic. Not realistic in terms of like the paleo accuracy sense, but just, you know, feeling more feasible. You're going to be basing HP, or, yeah, no, I won't be basing HP off of weight. Those will be entirely separate. Yeah. Well, not a different formula. It'll just be, you know, we'll be able to set the health directly. Ideally, I want to do a lot of things with food and corpse value and, you know, consumption and all that as well. But that is going to have to be... that's going to be a bit harder. Makes sense. That way something like Anki could be 3,000 kilograms to have a lot more health than its weight would suggest. Well, to be fair, I also just want Anki to be a lot bigger, so he's probably going to be around, say, 5 tons, like visually, and bulk-wise. And I can give him way higher health, or even like a custom stat for his armor. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna be using the legacy formula. I will be taking some aspects from Legacy in terms of how it's balanced. This is going to sound a little counterintuitive, but I want to both harken back to early Evrima and Legacy in how I'm balancing it. With early Evrima, I more mean a very, very strong emphasis in clutch moments and skill expression through combat. As in, you can have a very clear upset victory if you are better at positioning and timing and, you know, fighting properly, without a reliance on things that are on abilities that will just win you the fight. For instance, I don't want to go the direction of things like pinning, or like pinning being an expected part of a fight between something that's actually supposed to be a fight. Sorry, I'm yawning a lot. I'm kind of tired. But what was I just saying? Right. I don't want to be relying on combat mechanics that are just win conditions in of themselves. I do want to have a bit of like back and forth, and I want to make it very, very a very important thing that I want to like really narrow in on is the idea of like, just because you took the first hit doesn't mean you're like guaranteed to lose, or just because you're the smaller animal doesn't mean you're guaranteed to just get stopped. How long have you been working for the Orion Labs team? I don't remember seeing you during last year's test around July. Yeah, I was not on last July. I think I joined around May, like early May. But I've been working with Caden and the Orion Labs team for at least since last November or last December. Bigger things took less damage. Yeah, it was a bit weird. If anything, I'm going to be taking a bit of an opposite approach, where larger creatures are going to be weaker proportionally, and smaller creatures are going to be much stronger proportionally. So an Omni might not be that demonstrably weaker than, say, a Diablo, and a Rex might not be that demonstrably stronger than a Carno. Based on the animals coming, are there any that you guess might fall into the roster cutter NPC only areas? Yes. And actually, I can just hammer this out really quickly. So Oviraptor is 100%. That's AI. No doubt. No doubt whatsoever. Avaceratops is going to be playable, and I actually think it's a very important playable to design around. We can bump up its size and weight significantly. We can play around with the idea of it being, we can make it an omnivore and position it to challenge a bunch of small tiers and juveniles as they're growing up, and having it just kind of dominate in those situations, just being a absolute menace against things that are, trying to get past the early stages of growth. Like, it will look very overpowered to a Juvie Rex or a Juvie Carno. I want to get into modding stuff, but I have no idea where to start. I don't know whether I should start learning code. I mean, obviously I think you should try and join the QA team and get a feel for, like, how we're doing things. But learning code and learning Unreal Engine 5 is 100% the best starting point. No, not Obi. Look, man. What do you want me to say? It's Oviraptor, dude. It's gotta go. I'm sorry. I'm really not. I kind of hate that thing. It'll likely just be a nest rating AI in the same way that, I don't know if I mentioned this before, but I want Trudon AI to fill the role of basically legacy Velociraptor AI. Like, its AI counterpart will be a bit smaller, not have venom, and just kind of be there to, like we could even tie it to like an AFK timer. Like if you're sitting in a bush for a while, as like a juvie or something beneath a certain size threshold, then we'll just like sick 2 Trudons on you. Like, it's something that you'd be able to fend off and fight against. However, killing them wouldn't really net you any food, so you wouldn't be able to, farm them. I'll be upgrading to 32 gigabytes of RAM after I upgrade my monitor, since Unreal Engine 5 is very demanding. It sure is. Why'd you save BP? BP, I want to make him a fucking tank, basically. I want BP to be able to stand its ground and defend itself against something up to Ceratosaurus. What about Galley? I just don't really like it. Well, okay. It's more Galley is just kind of too fast for its own good. It's basically like a spectator dino. It's cool for the vibes, but it's hard to balance around it as a playable that I'm expecting to engage with the ecosystem. Like, it's not really readily huntable by a lot of things, and if we get rid of its speed, then why bother having it at all? Like, I could position it as a juvie hunter, but I would rather give that to, like, a full-on carnivore, like Austroraptor. Yeah, no, I'm basically going to be tripling BP in size. Saw a video of Austro versus BP, and to be honest, a higher chance of winning in water. I was surprised to see that. Yeah. I think I'm probably going to be keeping the same thing where BP is going to be at advantage against Osteoraptor, and I'm probably even going to extend that to apply on land as well, and have Osteoraptor take on the role of being an extremely fast small game hunter. To be honest, it already kind of is that in-game from what I've played of it, but I'm probably going to be tweaking those values and, you know, encouraging that a little bit more. 300 kilogram BP? I was actually thinking 400. Packy and Sarah being in the same weight class? Yeah. Packy is going to be... okay, I gotta be honest, I'm not the biggest Packy fan, so I'm going to be relying on a lot of people who are. But the one thing that I do want to do is place it in that size range of around, like, 675, 700 kilograms. That's huge for what Packy is in an IRL sense. But, I mean, look at that thing. It's a unit. That's not 3 times BP size. That's closer to 4 times. Oh, well, I more meant, like, scale. Like it's model size. What about the other incoming species? Oh yeah, I should probably get back to that. Let's see. Okay, Kama obviously is going to be above like 12 tons. In fact, it's probably going to be around like exactly 12 tons. Spino, I'm debating between having it be bigger or smaller than Trike. But it'll, you know, be up there. Packy after a weight buff is really viable against Carno. It would be against Sarah, but unfortunately they just buff Sarah's weight too much. The cool Polyphiles teaser in mind. Well, I don't have Discord up, so you can DM it to me and I'll see it. Show me. Bring it to me. I'm probably going to be... Okay, it kind of depends. If I can't change Trike's model that much, it'll probably stay bigger than Spino. If I can change its model, I'd like to have Spino be a little bigger. But again, that kind of depends on what we can actually do with Trike. Because Trike is kind of silly. Quetz is going to be playable, of course. It's going to be sitting around that range. Same with Barry. Barry being a little bit larger. Haven't done anything yet, but when I do, it'll be in your DMs. Cool. Surprised to see you value sauropod gameplay rather than making them almost NPC or bosses. Maybe picks a band together to take down. I would rather treat Kama as a part of the ecosystem that you can play regularly. I think having it be locked to AI or be like a more ambient creature would be kind of silly. And also, I don't really want to have creatures that I'm portraying as like apexes will band together to take out. Because I don't really want apexes to be banding together. I'd prefer if they stay mostly solitary. How big do you expect Quetz to be? Around 1.2. Just got here. Hope you don't mind me asking. You want Rex to be below 7 tons. 7.2 exactly at Elder. 6.8 at Adult. And yes, I'm shrinking Rex. Rex is not going to be on par with Trike. It'll be a bit weaker. Like, there'll be a tier of separation between the two. Karna being the same weight class as Maya? Yeah. Karna's at 2.2, Maya's at 3.6. Yeah, Rex I want to position more as a extension of, like, the larger size tiers. Yes, a good Rex can take on a Trike. That is... I want to keep that the same, but it's going to be pretty disadvantaged there. It's not a... It's something you're going to need 2 of them. This is actually in an effort to make Rex more relevant to the rest of the roster. I'm going to be making it faster. I'm going to be making it a little bit stronger. And more than that, I'm going to be leaning into it as just a absolute monster of an ambush predator. So it will be directly relevant against things in the like 1 to 1 to 3 ton size range. If anything, it'll be one of your primary concerns. Rex is too OP at the moment with this fracture. I agree. I'm probably going to be changing around how that works. When I mean good, I mean smart, not a player that plays PvP servers all the time. For sure. Lower weight meaning faster speed, which also indicates it's a better ambusher. Yep. With me breaking HP and weight, it's also probably going to be... It's going to have fairly low health in comparison to a lot of the creatures around it in size range. Like, it'll hit its max HP pool before it hits its max size. Question as well, is this for the Orion server or my own thing? This is for my own thing. Pretzel is handling Orion as a more like vanilla-friendly direction, just having modded maps, but not really changing the core gameplay up too much. I'm going to be pretty radically changing the gameplay of the entire game. This is practically a like soft redesign of the whole game. Something to note is I'm also going to be changing around abilities. That'll be pretty important. In particular with like Carno and Aloe. I'm going to be... Rex is not going to be the strongest thing with 2 legs. Yeah, no, Spino's going to fucking destroy it. It's gonna... Do not fight Spinos as a Rex. Spino is just going to be way too huge and way too strong for you as a Rex to comfortably challenge. Like, maybe if you get 2 of them, if you get 2 Rexes together, sure, yeah, maybe. But, man, that's a bit yikes. Both happy you're making Rex more in line with the roster, but I'm also disappointed Rex won't have its larger size that I love about it. I mean, I don't necessarily think that its size is the thing that makes Rex a Rex. I don't think it needs to be absolutely fucking colossal in scale for it to be fun and be very intimidating to the majority of the creatures on the roster. I'm also probably going to be making its turn rate a little bit worse, just a smidgen, because right now it's a bit silly. How big is Trick? It's going to be in the 9 to 10 run range. 9 to 10 run? Good God! 9 to 10 ton range, or smaller or bigger. I'm probably going to be having it on the smaller range, like around 8 tons. Like 8 to 9-ish. I'm like I said, Trike is probably... Trike and Stego are the most nebulous creatures on this roster. The rest, I'm pretty comfortable in the directions that I want to take them. Scoring Rex metas the other day with a friend. We came across 3 Trikes on steep terrain. My friend was like, hell no, and dipped. Yeah. I actually had a really fun encounter the other day playing Kentro, where there were 2 Alas coming after me, and I was able to run up a steep slope and just, you know, fucking breezed right up it. And the Alas had to go around, and I could just avoid them because of that. It was pretty cool. But yeah, like I was saying before, Pretzel wants to keep this all very vanilla friendly. This is going to be my own thing. Well, my own thing in the sense that it is not vanilla friendly. I'm still going to be employing the efforts of the Orion team. I feel like some of those Aloe players get too cocky and they can't take on solar. They can't take on solar X's. Yeah. I do like the new mechanics that they're bringing in. Trees need some work, and I'm excited for Wounded changes. I'm interested to see where that goes. If it kind of causes player behavior to deviate a bit, to deviate far outside the ranges that I'd want, then I'm going to have to change them. But as of right now, they do look pretty interesting, and I'm excited to see where it goes. And trees definitely need some work, yeah. What are you thinking about Para and the upcoming batch? Not that we know much about him beyond the concept and legacy. Oh my gosh, I forgot to put Para up. Yeah, Para I want to be either slightly larger than Stego or slightly, like, around the same size as Stego. Most likely a little bit larger. I'm intrigued to see the wounded changes. Okay, that works. Yeah. Yeah. Shant is going to be the 11.6 ton giant behemoth. Yeah. Okay, this tier system no longer really makes as much sense, so I'm just gonna go, like, oh my god, what the fuck happened to my keyboard? The lighting just turned off for no reason. Weird. Yeah, 4.2, and let's go, oh, that was the wrong tier. And just plop them right there. That way I can have, Inky right here, and Giga probably around, like, there-ish. Or, honestly, it'd be a little easier to just do that. Hate how some people think that Rex should be able to 1v1 a Trike or Stego constantly without an ambush. Yeah, honestly, I'm thinking of positioning Rex and Stego as, like, a fairly even 1v1. Like, obviously, that entirely depends on how Stego shapes up, but yeah. Another thing to make considerations for is Sub-Rex. I want Sub-Rex to be taking on Maya's in quad stance as a fairly even fight. But once it starts losing its speed, it'll obviously outstretch it. 2+ Rexes should be required to take down anything above that tier above it, aka Trike and Stego. Why is Dino in the roster cut? Oh, that's a whole thing. It is second only to Trudon. Or actually, no, I think it's worse than Trudon in terms of how problematic it is. It is, kind of nuts. I mean, Subrex is going to clap Maya's in quad. Well, yeah, but I'm going to be changing how quad stance works in relation to everything else. You just want Legacy Subrex back? You know what? You're not even wrong. Legacy Subrex was actually pretty fun. You're saying Dino is hard to balance. It's something that I don't even want to balance, because it alone, just the concept of it, runs counter to everything I'm trying to do. For instance, I want to have a very strong emphasis on zoning and migrations and a segmented approach to map design, and Dino is not conducive with that at all. I don't want to bend over backwards to allow Dino to comfortably migrate between zones and stay in pace with everything else. I don't want to bend over backwards for it to be able to ambush from every single water source. I want to have, like, shallow creeks and rivers that aren't, Dino depth. I like, I like shallow streams. They look cool. And it's impossible to implement any of those if Dino's around. And Dino requires an insane amount of food and provides basically nothing to the world around it. It's not really huntable. Even if it is hunted, it'll be out in the middle of the water, and that's just kind of awkward. And it kills things that are, huge. It will just go for things like Maya, Carno, and Stego and just insta-kill them. And that's just... Like, it doesn't really add much. It's not like a combat encounter. It's not an interesting back and forth. It just kills them. Like, I don't know. And also, again, the ability to freely disengage from the ecosystem is not a behavior that I want to encourage. That's also why Herrera and Pteranodon are off the list. Just vanishing off into the water, never to be seen again for a long stretch of time until you insta-kill something and then go back into the water is just lame. Like, simple as it's lame. It's not fun to engage with. It's not adding anything to the roster. It's just a stage hazard. It's like playing as a bear trap. Yeah, Quetz is going to be very terrestrial focused. Quetz is going to be very, very, very terrestrial focused. That's actually probably one of the only like massive creatures that's going to get a HP increase in relation to its weight, rather than a HP decrease. That's as cool and looks. Quetz is just is cool. Yeah. So yeah, no, I'm not making accommodations for Deinosuchus. It ain't happening. Plus, it's not even like water is going to be significantly safer now that Dino's gone. Because, again, like I was saying before, I want to sort of harken back to Legacy's emphasis on ambush. Or, getting the jump on your opponent and securing a very quick kill. I want to encourage that, especially for smaller creatures. Like, I think most, fights on the lower end are going to end in, like, 3 or 4 hits, like, very quickly. Where's Borat in the tier? It's not going to be there. I'm not going to be having the modern animal AI. It's just going to be, the NPC roster I have right there. But yeah. See, Megalene is going to go there. Actually, let me kick Quetz down and just bump this tier up to 1.2. Oh my god. Where the fuck am I? Where's this? Oh gosh. There we go. And then Homolo is obviously going to be AI only. I think it's going to be around, like, this size? No, around here. I said it was cool. What the fuck? Jeez, Lima, I didn't know you hated Quetz so much. Wow. Okay. Sure, buddy. I'm surprised nobody commented on Giga. Is left to right smallest to biggest? No, left to right is biggest to smallest. So, Dila's the biggest in this tier, Austra's the smallest. So is Quetz being more terrestrial focused? Will its flight stand be even worse than PT was before its changes? Probably not. It'll probably just be around that range. Giga's appropriate? Yeah. Yeah, I'm probably going to be shrink-raying Giga a bit. I can see Giga being able to 1v1 a para at its best. Anything bigger needs 2 or 3. I think Giga's good. Yep. Okay. 2 or 3 days ago, you were talking about removing Aloe's pounce. Yes. I'm going to be... Yeah, no, we can 100% remove its pounce. That's not even that hard to do. I'm probably going to be giving Aloe and Carno ambush speed as well. Hit spacebar to have the speed boost that Rex does. Will it regen while flying? I don't know. I think that that depends. Again, I want it to be spending a lot of its time on the ground. Yeah, no, we can do that. Like, we're going to be removing Dilo's envenomation as well. No, that's not that bad. Here, let me show you what I mean. So if we go here, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to shrink the window to fit in the stream. But if we go like here, we go, yep. Hello, abilities. Oh, where are you? Did I already go past it? I think I already went past it. Yeah, I think I did. I think it's here. Yeah, secondary attack. Yeah, we can just kill it. You know? Love to see Aloe have more claw attacks? Yeah, same. I love its claws. I don't think we can really do much to, you know, have more claw swipes and such, but we'll see. With Aloe, I'm probably going to be leaning... okay, so one thing that we can't change, or at the very least would be very hard to change, would be the bite rates or attack rates of certain creatures. Like an attack cooldown, for instance. Since that is tied to the animation and hitboxes of the creature. So if we mess around with that, yeah, game get angry. That becomes a problem. So I'm probably going to be leaning into its high bite rate even more, which will be interesting. Fine with Quetz being more terrestrial. I just want to be able to fly without having to worry stamina will deplete in 10 seconds. I mean, Pteranodon stamina back then wasn't that bad. It could fly for a long-ass time. It just took forever to regen. Will Sarah have a better bite force than Aloe? Probably. Most likely, yeah. With Sarah being smaller and slower than Aloe, I'm going to have to make it quite strong. A bit of a honey badger, that one. PT could fly before, but trying to sprint, fly, or go up a little bit just cooks your stamina. Yeah, I'll probably be keeping that general approach with Quetz. What about Karna's headbutt? I don't know. It's a bit of a nightmare to balance around. If anything, I might just like remove it and see if I can find another mechanic to give it. Like how it was before, I feel like I could have worked with that, but as is right now, I don't know. I probably am going to be trying to... Yeah, I'm probably going to be improving its agility a lot to make it more proficient at brawling. It's going to be a lot heavier, a decent bit slower, so that it's not just blitzing everything below it. And again, leaning more into its bite and brawling capabilities that it had back in like Update 3. Hey, how the devs add such a cool mechanic, which can be used strategically and smart, but then add a stronger mechanic, which is easier to use. Yeah. I mean, like I said, I want to sort of move away from the emphasis on using abilities and just really narrow in on strengthening the fundamentals and how that feels in combat. The only notable exceptions are going to be like, you know, Rex with Crush or Ostra with its pin against really small things. Or, you know, obviously sparring stance and stance switching for Maya. But in general, I want to sort of move away from the focus on abilities and more into, you know, the general flow of combat. Which will end very quickly, but that doesn't mean I want it to be sort of mindless in its approach. But yeah. We make Shrek around 8.5 tons? Yeah, most likely. That kind of depends on how much we can change its model, because I would love to change its model. I think Shrek is probably the single ugliest creature on the roster. I mean, no, it's in close contention with Galley. Galley's pretty fugly as well. Let me think who else isn't really all that great. No, yeah, no, Trek is really, really bad. So, depending on how much we can actually change its model, then, yeah. Website or app to use for your tier list? Because this tier list is very visually appealing. Well, thank you for saying that, because I'm the one who made it. It's kind of outdated. I should probably remake it, but I made it in, like, you know, third of the way into 2025. Carnos are the real ugly ones. I feel like Carno is a fixable ugly. You know, just some slight tweaks. Trike is an abomination. It needs to be burned, and they need to start it from scratch. Trike is genuinely, like, unforgivably bad. Carno, you just, like, bulk it up a little, give it lips, and there you go. Off to the races. And here, I can send a link to the tier list I'm using. Baby Trikes are adorable. They're okay. Made the first step into fixing Carno already. Yeah. Yeah. I'm probably going to be increasing its horn size as well in preparation for strains. Not just any strains. I mean, in a certain respect, they're kind of all strains, if anything. Well, 2 of them. 3 of them. It's more just strain, like the concept of strain in general. Like, it's not really strains, if that makes sense. Speaking of which, I think I'm probably just gonna have strains be a forced thing, like not an option that you're presenting. You just become a strain. Anki 4.2 to 5 tons, Giga 7.2 to 7.9, Paris 6 tons, and Rex 7.2 is what I consider quite balanced. I'm probably gonna be going for like 5.5 to 6 ton Anki, and then honestly, like the same size range for Giga. I'm going to be shrinking Giga a bit because I think we desperately need something to fill this gap right here in terms of carnivores. Otherwise, it is just fucking empty between like Carno and the Apex tier. And we can't just bump Aloe up because we need Aloe down here. Also, I think the whole prime requirements thing could be used for the strain stuff, but then people will just farm it. Exactly. No, the second you have, like, fucking invisible requirements, and they're tied to, just random bullshit, the only people who are going to make use of that system are people who know how it works and know how to exploit it, which is just coordinated groups of players who have access to data mined information or are willing to test the shit out of the game. And I don't want to reward them more than they're already being rewarded by just their inherent advantage. So I'm very likely just going to be having strains be forced, a mandatory and expected part of the game's progression. Where will Aloe and Acro and Suko fit? Dude, they are like 2 years out. Like I'm not thinking about them too much, but yes, they would naturally fit in that range. Why is Aloe so much smaller? Because he works better as a little guy. Really, I just wish that Alberto was in the Nebulous 5 instead of Giga. I'm not entirely opposed to Homolocephaly, but because I can just, slot him in the AI tier and that's fine and dandy. But yeah, no, I really wish we had Alberto to fill out the gap between Carno and Rex. Or better yet, Acro. Because I feel like Acro you know, with some model tweaks to make him a fair bit scrawnier, could definitely work. To, you know, make him look a bit more gracile, a bit less morbidly obese. Then he could fill that range. Pseudo mid-tier Aloe is such a cool concept. More agile, faster, greater ambusher, better tactical hunter, saying after plan removing its pounce. I'm also probably going to be leaning into its stamina management way more. Like, it will have a fairly small stamina pool, and once it gets low on stamina, I'm probably just going to nuke its damage output. That way it's very reliant on, you know, when solo, it can't really hunt big things that much. But it'll be more focused on hunting things like Ava, Packy, Tenno, you know, all them. Or, you know, BP as well. And then once you get a group together, well, hell, you can take on Stegos. But it won't be, you know, without a loss. You'll be throwing yourselves at Stegos and hoping that they drop dead. Expecting to lose one or two of you in the process. You know, send a few in to harass them for a bit while others are regaining stamina. Oh god, one of them just got hit and he got turned into mulch. You know, just harass them and dogpile them until they die. Should make Aloe between 38 and 42 kilometers per hour since he'll receive an ambush to compensate if you plan on giving it one. Yeah. Oh yeah, no, he's going to be getting ambush speed, for sure. Same with Carno, most likely. Been here for 5 seconds. I'll never forgive you for this Aloe nerf propaganda. Nor will I be listening for context. So true. Weirdly enough, the strongest negative reactions I've gotten have been with the Rex size decrease. And I don't even mean just in this stream. People got fucking angry. Like, really mad that I broke, like, Rex and Trike being, like, a supposed even 1v1. Like, people were, like, really fucking upset. Finally killed the raptor. Nice. 1.710 Carno is good. 1.710 plus Carno is good. Why not put it in the 1.2 to 1.9? Might as well, since it's going to be around 1. Carno's going to be 2.2, actually. 2.2 tons. Do what I want? I will! Although I'm probably going to be bending over backwards to accommodate for what you guys think is more fun. Within the vision, of course. I'm not going to, you know, throw out the intention for the combat overhaul just because someone doesn't like it. Thought Carnum was a minimal weight in that tier? Oh, no. It's 2.2, yeah. Oh, wait, I forgot to do that. My bad. Yes, you will. 2.2 at 75? No, 2.2 at Elder. It'll likely just be like 1.9 or 2 at full little. Also, I was actually like flip-flopping between 1.7 or 1.8 with Aloe, but honestly the size range doesn't matter too much. I would mainly be deciding on that in relation to sub-Rex. Or, you know, bigger Rexes, I suppose. Fortunately, I'll be able to monitor all the specifics with this. Will OV really be only AI? Maybe if there's a lot of people nesting, it could be enabled so there could be an actual useful... so it could be used in this niche. Nah. One, I actually do want to encourage and design around nesting, and I actually have a few things that I think will very strongly encourage people to nest. But even then, Oviraptor just eating eggs is not really a very engaging gameplay loop. And even then, it would be something that I would give to Galley rather than Oviraptor. And Galley already is like kind of iffy. No, Oviraptor is just too small to really provide food or be worth hunting, and too small to really hunt things and engage with the world around it. And nest raiding in general is just kind of something that I feel like should be given to as an attribute to larger animals, or just have Oviraptor be an AI to be a more consistent nest threat if you're not hanging around your nest. How will Allo fight back against Carno? Probably by being faster than it. I like the idea of 1.7 to 1.910 Allo. We'll be giving you but what will you be giving it in trade for making it smaller than Carno? Like I said before, just by making it the embodiment of chaos, insane damage output for its size, and a very, very quick grow for what you're getting. Like, I would position it more as something that you would hop on with the boys and grow a bunch of Allos, and then go hunt and die in the process, and just have like a really fun afternoon with it. Like a single session creature. Troodon needs to be 100,000 kilograms. True. Speaking of Rex, you should rename it to Tarbosaurus. So you plan on making Allo more of a group hunter? Kind of, but not really. I want it to be, you know, a very, very effective small tier hunter when solo. Like a just generally good ambusher and survivalist. And then once you become bigger, yeah, it's a group hunter. Or once you get a group together, it's, yeah. Go Rabid. Thus you'd never die to a solo Carno. I'm not really going to be designing around, like, you are expected to have a group with you. Because I think that's just kind of lame. I want to preserve solo players and help them out where I can. But no, I think the easy answer there is that Allo is just going to run away. Avoid the conflict in the first place. Could you possibly zoom in on the sheet to showcase that I'm showcasing? Yeah, sure. Although I imagine the resolution on the stream isn't great, but I mean, if you're on mobile, you should be able to, you know, pinch to zoom in and such. This is not actual, like, Rex stats. This is just me, like, making the sheet itself. It's not done yet. Like, this is just me getting all of the stats in so that I can start messing with them. Also, the hunger drain is proportional to weight, as you can see, or proportional to the hunger values and weight increase over time. Since as your weight goes up, your stomach values go up alongside it in proportion. Ideally, we'd be able to change the stomach ratio, but as far as I'm aware, Pretzel has not figured out how to do that yet. So we'll have to see. So these are sheets you're going to be using for Rex growth in your server? Yeah, most likely. With this, we're probably also going to have to change how the attribute curves work and like where the thresholds for adult and elder and all that are. And I don't actually know how hard that will be because it hasn't been done yet. Yeah. Oh, shoot. Orion is an LLC. Cool. You'll be required to sign a new NDA. Aw. Shucks. Why are you making Rex smaller? Here we go again, chat. All right. Okay, I'm making Rex smaller because I'm going to be treating it more like a extension on the, like, larger tier of animals rather than a apex all on its own. It's not going to be that much demonstrably stronger than, you know, Carno or Alberto or all of them, like, in terms of its positioning on the roster. But with its size reduction will come a speed increase, a damage increase, and a very heavy reliance on its crush, but not really fracturing. Yeah. And again, with all of that, it's not going to be challenging trikes that much, even though trikes are only slightly larger than it. How long has there been this Evrima modding community? About as long as Orion Labs has existed, but really, if you want to date it back, there's... I mean, there was the Compy mod back in, like, Update 4. I think before that. There was Dino and Pteranodon in Update 2. But that's always been more underground, if that makes sense. That's why I said it makes more sense to call it Tarbosaurus at that point. What are you talking about? Rex could be 7.2 tons. You don't know. You weren't there. But yeah, with all of these values... Alright, let me actually just go to Rex, for example. Oh, where the fuck? Oh my god, I hate my scroll wheel so much. It keeps jumping around everywhere. Attributes... Where's weight? There it is. If you notice, if we go down to its Prime Elder version, in synced up with time, it goes from 0, 0.25, 0.3, 0.35, 0.4, 4.5, 5, 5.5, and then between 5.5 and 7.5, it's just a straight linear interpolation between those two values. And then it goes up to prime, and then it drops off. Problem being... if you notice, we don't exactly have, 0.2 or 0.6, 0.65, 0.7, 0.8, 0.85, 0.9, 0.95, 1.0. We don't have that fine control. I'm hoping with this it would just be as simple as, fucking copying and adding in new slots and having the different ranges. Because, I mean, that is how the attribute curves work in Unreal Engine proper, and I've messed around with it directly in Engine, and it works fine. I'm just hoping that modding-wise, that's feasible. I don't know yet, because Pretzel hasn't done it yet. I'm kind of waiting on him with a lot of stuff. Yeah. What would be Trek's #1 contender on this roster? Spino. Rex's rightful place in the ecosystem is at the top. I completely disagree. Rex can still be badass without being the #1. Pretzel really is the backbone. And it's more Caden's the backbone, but Caden doesn't really work on, like, figuring out how, like, the balancing attributes and stuff works. He's more working on, like, back end with Chandler and all that. Really, it's like, Pretzel's working on, like, the surface level stuff, and I guess West too, kinda, but he's more working on, like, materials and, like, the visuals of the maps and stuff. It's different, but yeah, no, Pretzel's kind of the backbone with in terms of figuring out what we can actually do with like balance modding and stuff. To be honest, I wouldn't expect to see Spinos fight Trikes on land, since Trike obviously has the advantage. Nah. Nah. I mean, just look at Spino. That thing does not look like it would be the most comfortable thing in the water, if I'm being real with you. Like, he kind of belongs on land as a fucking Goliath. And I will treat him as such. In water, Spino's 100% win. Oh, yeah. Dude, look at how this thing is built. He's a fucking monster. It doesn't matter if he's, like, on land or in the water. I mean, Jesus Christ. And his actual model is, like, even more bulky than this. Dude's fucking huge. Yeah, his model's even more of a monster. He's like me, I'm the execution backbone of the Apollo Files, but I don't write the story. Hey, no, you help out with the story a lot. Is Trek going to stay the same way, or will it be larger on your roster? Smaller, actually. It's probably going to be around 8.5 tons. The recent renders are a good showcase of that. Yeah. Oh yeah, the kissing ones. I can see him possibly winning against Rex and Giga on land. Dude, he's gonna fucking destroy Rex and Giga on land. I mean, look at him. Does he look like he would lose against a Rex? Depends entirely on how I treat Rex's fracture. I mean, I don't know if the fracture will matter too much if Spino just stands its ground and then just fucking bats Rex in the face and just destroys it. Like I said, I'm going to be having Rex be proportionally a bit of a glass cannon. He would if you didn't break Rex's kneecaps. He needs to... No, Spino's at the top, everything else is below it. Do you have growth times made for Spino? No, not yet. Like I said, I'm still not even done with like the template of this, and I haven't touched it over the last like week, but don't tell anyone. So I don't have the exact stats for like the entire roster, but I do have I don't know if you can hear it, but like I got my notepad right here. And I have stats for most creatures on here, with the exceptions of the creatures in the next roster set, some creatures in the current, release set, like creatures that haven't been released yet, or like Trike and Stego, because they're more, I have like ideas for how they work, but not like not an actual like exact science there. So you want Rex to be how it was in Legacy again? Yeah, pretty much. Heavy focus on ambushing, insta-killing pretty much anything it catches, but if it ends up in a prolonged fight, it will likely not do the greatest. Spina 16-hour growth time. I think that's just kind of unfun levels of growth time. I mean, I have Rex at, like, for its full life cycle being 10 hours. Like, Spino would probably be, like 12, maybe. Heck, are you a Legacy Rex fan? I mean, to be honest, I played a lot of Diablo. Played a lot of Serra. I enjoyed Sub Rex a lot. Adult Rex was always just kind of like, kind of fun, but, not really my cup of tea. It was just kind of, but it was kind of neat. I didn't play Giga much. Other than that, I played, like, pretty much the entire rest of the roster, like, on and off. What's your most anticipated dino? I don't really, like, have one. There's not really any, like, creature on the roster that I'm, like, super fucking stoked for. I'm mainly excited for playables in the context of, like, balancing out the roster, almost. Like, for instance, I'm excited for Maggie. I'm excited for Dina Kairos, I'm excited for Theri. And, like, the carnivores in this range. I'm excited for Anki, Para. Yeah, Pachyrhino's not coming. That's why it's down here. Honestly, I could probably move Pterodactylus and Compy down as well. And you, get the fuck out of here. If I had to, like, pick one... That's tough. Either Kama or Spino right now. No, Kama, Spino, or Anki. Fuck, but, like, really, we just need, like, a lot of them. The ones I'm like least excited for are like Megalania, or like so like Monolophosaurus I don't really give a shit about. Rugops I don't give a shit about. Suka is kind of for me. Acro I find pretty ugly, but ultimately kind of necessary. Yeah, don't care really about Homocephaly, even if it comes with burrowing. Not like the biggest berry fan, honestly. Yeah, that's kind of Shant's kind of iffy as well. He's cool, but honestly, I just don't really see it doing much. Like it's just a big guy. It's kind of cool. When it's a Juvie and sub, I think it'll be kind of fun. But then I might struggle to differentiate against like Para and Maya. So, do you plan on opening private testing after V3 ends, possibly late 2026, early 2027? That's kind of the idea. Is to jump directly into combat testing. Actually, I can pull Pretzel's quote here. Because he was saying... Yeah, Pretzel's letting me steal the QA team for balance testing all of this. So, get ready for that. We might even test it on V3, just to, have it and mess around with it. Probably gonna want to bundle it in its own separate pack file, that way we don't, like, pollute what everyone else is doing, but we'll have to see. Ideally, I want to get started by the end of 2026, yeah. The first two dinos I want to, like, implement and start balance testing around is going to be, like, Maya and Carno. I think they're a good, like, anchor right at the middle of the roster. Either that, or we could just go for the regular old, like, Tenno, Sarah, Omni, like, them. Ostra is honestly one on the roster that I'm not even... Like, he's there because he's cool. Like, that's why I implemented him, because he's big enough to be relevant. But beyond that, Ostra's kind of hard to balance around, because he's just kind of lame. I'm sorry, but he is. He doesn't do too much. I'm probably going to try and bulk him up a bit. I'll talk with, like, I'll talk with Wheat about, working on that. You're going to go to bed soon? Okay. Yeah, yikes. The position I put him in is, like, having him be, like, really fast, just, like, hunting a bunch of juvies and such, and then being comfortable around the water, obviously, because he's Osteroraptor. And then, like, leaning into his water capabilities a bit more, but, like, that's only really interesting if we get, like, Barry and BP to be, like, really prevalent, and that's just also kind of iffy. Like, I definitely want to do more interesting things with the water on the Thenya remake, but I don't know. It's 2 a.m. and I woke up 4 or 5 hours ago. Oof. I was in that position like a week ago, but now my sleep schedule has been reset? Question mark. Because I woke up at 9 today, like 9 a.m. Not even 9 p.m. It's pretty crazy. And then over the last few days, I've been waking up around that time. But for some reason, I've just been like way more tired than normal. It's just how your sleep schedule is. That's real. That's real and true. Real, true, and fair. I really got to figure out how to get my get ultra wide working again, because this is real fucking annoying. Not being able to see my my whole screen. Like I have chat like over here. Like say hi. But yeah. have it all, like, shrunk down around, like... There we go. Sorry, you guys missed your chance. Yeah, Austra's a bit shaky. You know, making him fast, making him hunt juvies. I'm probably gonna keep Austra's pounce, just having it be, like, really locking in on the pin. Pin side of things. I'm probably gonna remove, like, you know, being able to double up with, like, 2 Ostras, because also it looks really bad in game. And just having it be, like, you know, it's a guy that just kind of jumps around and, you know, kills juvies, and that's kind of it. I honestly don't really know how to do much else with him, because, like, I don't know. Okay, well, that's not entirely true. Something I suggested a while ago was to put him around like 350 kilograms, and then making him essentially the replacement for Omniraptor, like the current version of Omniraptor. Like having him be, like, you know, light, but have pouncing be like his main thing. And then taking Omni in a different direction, which I already intend to do. Omni is ugly, don't get me wrong. I would love to have Utah Raptor instead, but I'm probably just gonna have Omni be quite bulky, quite big, be in very small group sizes, not being a group hunter, having a lot of stamina, pretty good damage, not great bleed, but, you know, bleed's there. Either removing or heavily adjusting its pounce, and just having it be something that would rather fight something directly and get into a brawl with it than, you know, pounce it and bleed something out. Because I think, you know, it's a bit more fun when you play it that way. Like, I'm remembering, like, update 3 Omni, where it could just kind of go toe to toe with a Tenno, just, you know, in a full brawl. Do you want a raptor with feathers? Same. Would Spino be more damage based or bleed based? I don't know. That kind of depends on what we can actually do with bleed. Bleed right now is it's a bit weird. If anything, I would want to have Spino be like an absolute unit in terms of brawling, and just dishing out ton of damage. Giga being the bleeder, and then Rex being a ambush, you know, burst damage. What are your expectations for Barry and Osra with Dino running around? Haven't balanced Dino yet. No, I'm not balancing Dino at all. Don't get that twisted. He's not going to be there. But okay. In terms of, like, the game, like, right now, like the actual game, I think that expecting significant shifts in populations based on the existence of other creatures, unless there is something that is just, like, overtly, you know, this wipes out this other creature, I think the overall populations of species won't be affected that much. Like, I don't think Dino population, or Juvie Dinos, are going to be hunted significantly more with Barry and Ostra running around, because we haven't seen that right now. And I think Barry being added won't really change that, and throughout the entire history of the game, that's never really been the case. Having a new predator in the ecosystem doesn't really decrease the populations of any other creature, assuming it's even slightly competently balanced. I'm assuming Spino will take Dino's place? Maybe. Again, Spino, he's not out yet, so we don't really know what mechanics he has. But I'm probably just going to have Spino lurk around the swamps, you know? Like, I don't know if he'll be, like, ambushing or taking Dino's place as, like, the king of the waterways, as much as that will just naturally happen with him being huge and untouchable. How dare you demote Droya to NPC only? What do you want him to do, man? He's a fucking Dryosaurus. He doesn't do shit. Oh, hold on. I gotta send a screenshot of this. Give me a moment. Ooh, wrong one. There we go. The hell? Oh, okay. Okay, cool. Interested to see how the balance works out, since I'm a fan of the vanilla weights and kind of don't like this one, but it's still interesting to see how. Well, that's nice. Okay, hold on. I gotta catch up on chat. I was busy talking to Pretzel. Or sending something in Pretzel. He will dodge. I guess. I mean, like, if I can give it iframes, I don't know. have its population cap be like 5 players. like only 5 Dryos allowed on the server. I mean, maybe, sure. Alright, you don't understand, hacker, you'll dig a hole. I mean, once burrowing is added, I feel like we can design around that in a more interesting way, but I think it's still kind of touchy, because ultimately we'd have to increase its size, increase its weight, make it more relevant to the creatures around it so that it's worth hunting, you know, have it give a significant amount of food. Like I said, if we're breaking the direct linear connection between like weight and how much food you provide, like having smaller creatures provide more food and having larger creatures provide less food, and also require less food or require more food proportional to their weight, then yes, I guess we could get Dryo in. But I don't know. Is it really that worth it though? is kind of the question. What are your thoughts about 11 plus ton Shant and 8.5 and 9.5 ton Spino? That's kind of, yeah. You're not listening. It will dig a hole. That's no. Okay. Spino, having him be slightly heavier than Trike at around like 9 tons. He's just kind of the king of the ecosystem. Don't go near it. He will kill you. Ultimately, he's kind of the... This is going to sound wrong. The king of the scavengers, almost. Like, he will be able to scare anyone off a body. He will be able to just walk up to a corpse and say, this is mine now. Bye. We're going to be able to prevent them from just taking all bodies by sort of going back to a legacy-style corpse system, where once a corpse has passed a certain level of consumption, it'll go into, like, a scavenging mode, like just being replaced with a corpse model that only juveniles and smaller creatures and juveniles can eat, and scavengers, of course. So Soreto will still get its meals. So something like Spino won't be able to take it, but a fresh corpse, yeah, it'll just walk up and be like, this is mine. Thanks. It's going to be very defensively powerful. It'll probably actively threaten things like Shant and Kama, and going after things like Anki as well. I think creatures like Stego and Para and all of them will be inclined to just run the fuck away. I want Trike and him to be around the same speed. Like, with one only being slightly faster than the other. And then having them be basically a completely fair fight. Man, bringing up the Legacy Gore, the core concept of it is actually a pretty good idea. Yeah! That's why I want to bring it back! I'm probably going to be expanding on that system a bit with like corpse tiers and then having a consumption tier tied to your growth and stuff like that. But ultimately, yeah, I do just want to go back to to the legacy gore system. I'm most likely, this is obviously like kind of a side tangent from balancing and combat balancing, but I do want to outright remove flesh chunks and organs, because I don't think they're really worth the trouble, and the nutrient system that I'm implementing doesn't have any need for them. So keep that in mind as well. It's just going to be the corpse. There's not going to be anything extra to it. With that, we're also probably going to remove the whole, destroy a corpse without eating it thing. Going to turn off gastro, likely. I'm likely to turn off gastro. Going to change how... vomiting works, but that's more surrounding Sarah. Yeah, I'll catch you later, Rock. Bye-bye. Bones are probably just going to be an extension of the corpse system. Like, maybe we could have, like, a per-species basis, have, like, the skull and everything like that once those are implemented. But, yeah. It's not going to be, like, a dedicated thing. I reckon only, like, 2 species will be able to eat bones. No shredding corpses to like the surface? Yeah, no, I actually... This is going to sound weird, but I actually would kind of want to avoid that, if possible. Since we're already going to be doing a lot of a lot of other pretty computationally heavy stuff. Yeah, good night. Oh, and see you later, Wes, as well. As for, like, these creatures down here, I am a little bit nebulous on some of them. Like, for instance, like I said before, if Dryo gets burrowing, I could have it be, like, accessible in a limited number. But mainly, I just don't want to have any overlap between AI creatures that you find running around and playables. I don't want that level of confusion ever. I want AI to be AI and creatures to be, and playables to be playables. With that, AI and NPCs are probably mainly going to be there for ambient purposes. Like, they are likely... For instance, even if Bracky is implemented as a playable, I'm probably going to be having it be NPC only. It's just because Kama already kind of fits its entire niche of being a sauropod. We don't really need multiple. I'll let you guys take the #1 crown. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's up for grabs now. Go grab it. Yeah, having them provide more to the environment. Like, you're not really going to be hunting galleys. They're just kind of too fast for most creatures. You're probably not going to be hunting Dryos as most things. Homolo, I might just give it the same mechanic as Taco and just have it burrow. May the best chatter win. That's assuming it comes in the near future, but obviously it's probably going to be pretty far out. Trudon's just going to be like Velo AI. Ovi's just going to be nest raiding AI. Hepsi's just going to run around, look pretty, and sound cool. Taco's Taco. Honestly, these guys are probably going to be your main, like... Well, actually, sorry, ignore me going over Trudon. Like, these 3 would be your main, like, food source things. And that would only ever apply to juveniles. Once you're out of the juvie stage, I don't want you even thinking about relying on AI as a safety net. But yeah. Like I said, Gally's going to be really hard to hunt. Bracky's going to be basically impossible to hunt. Probably not even killable, if I'm being real. Dryo is... Like I said, he's the most nebulous one here. He could theoretically be killed. He could theoretically provide a decent bit of food. And he's kind of the only one that could feasibly be like a playable if he was more fleshed out. But, again, all of that depends on where the game goes and how they do things. I mean, I could start ranking, like, these creatures as well, just to see where they would land. Yawn. Oh, I forgot to mention before when Rock asked that I do have my I have my playlist that I'm using for the stream linked in the description of the stream. If you guys have any like recommendations to add, just like DM them to me and I'll get around to it. Okay. So Rugas would probably just be cut entirely. I don't really like him. he's kind of ugly. I might do the same with Mono. We truly do not need more small tier carnivores. That is no. Proto, probably AI, if I had to imagine. Minmi, I could actually see being a pretty fun playable. Depending on how big I can make it. Sort of being a counterbalance to Ava, who would be far more aggressive and actively hunting stuff. Minmi, I actually think is pretty cool. If anything is gonna be in the game as like it's as like the token burrower, I think Minmi fits. And if you make it big and make it like somewhat capable of defending itself, I think that could be fun. I think that's fine. I honestly don't get the Minmi hate. The hate I get even less though is Maggie. Why the fuck do people hate Maggie? Like, it's not it wouldn't be that hard to balance. You could do a lot of interesting things with it mechanically. It rounds out the like medium range herbivores. Like it's just cool. It's another sauropod. Like, dude, what do you want from me? It's Maggie. Look at him, he's fucking awesome. Suko's probably gonna be around like here-ish. So is Alberto now that I think about it. I think they have a leftover to stand for it because it was originally going to be the first sauropod. Maybe. I think... No. Okay. We can pinpoint the exact moment that caused the whole Maggie is a bad animal thing. And that is literally the Maggie is a bad animal from Pesky's video. That video did, like, irreparable damage by making absolutist statements like, oh, you know, he is impossible to make a balancer. Like, he's impossible to work. And it's like, yeah. It's fucking stupid. I think the source of Mag Hay is the idea of it's going to be fodder but inedible. That's no. Bad. Nope. Actually, I should probably do this, something like that. Kairos is actually going to be a super cool one. Probably going to put him like right there, honestly. No, honestly, even heavier than Anki, but Anki would obviously have more health and be tankier and yada yada yada. Honestly, Anki, like, balance-wise, deserves to be, like, right up here. But size-wise, obviously, he's a bit smaller. Theory's kind of interesting. About, like, there. Yeah, sure. And, yeah, there too. As you can probably tell, the roster is kind of top-heavy. Or rather, yeah, there's a lot at the top and a lot at the bottom. And even making a ton of cuts at the bottom, it's still kind of bloated in terms of like the carnivore side of things. Acro's a strangler. Acro's going to be pretty cool. I do want to change his model though. It's just too much, man. Hey, I mean, on the plus side, that's a lot of vertices to work with Acro, you know? Don't have to worry about it, you know, since we're shrinking it, not expanding it, then, you know, we have a lot of vertices to work with. It'll all be fine. I still have no idea how that's actually going to work eventually. I really need to, like, start, like, a GoFundMe or something to fund... Okay, you know what? Honestly, I am overcomplicating this so much. I can just solve this like right now. Having you go here. 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 And wow, this is really ugly. Hold on. See if I can just do that and have you be right there. There we go. And then put you in the... Okay, let's have you go up to 3,600? Sure. Yeah. Okay. That's a bit funny. Just go like this. And this is purely visual. Then we can have you be the brand spanking new. Let's just go 3,600 kilograms. Sorry, 3,600 kilograms to 5,400 kilograms. There we go. Oops. So who's gonna be my... Actually, no, I have someone who's 5,400. And it's Para. Yes, it's Para. I'm not sure how to feel about that right now. I could honestly just put Para at like 5. Yeah. Okay. I can do something with that. Actually, I'm also gonna just shrink Alberto a bit, because like I imagine by then we're gonna have plenty more creatures to work with, so Alberto would be more useful at 3.8 than larger. There we go. Okay. 3,800 by 54. 3,800 to 5,400. Who's gonna be the chief of the 5,400s? Macro. Fine. Kind of defeats the whole message I was going for, but yeah, this works too, I suppose. And visually, it's a bit cleaner. Let's just go... There we go. Why 6,800? Why not 6,700 or 6,900? That's mainly, I'm going to be planning around Crush, and 68 and 6.8 tons just felt kind of comfortable if I'm having him pin half his weight. 3.4 tons is fine. It's good, even, because I was going to have that be Maya's full adult weight, not prime weight. Makes Spino weight 16.8 tons. Oh, okay. I think that'll solve all my balancing problems, yeah. Oh, wait, you meant Kairos. Could probably go a bit lighter, yeah. 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 I mean, he wouldn't really be a rival to Spino, but, like, he's already not. So we're just gonna curb stomp Sukkos. Untouchable in his water domain, except for one. And I could just make it a significantly faster waiter, so he's good in shallow water. Because if I'm not mistaken, we can change the wading speed. Or like the multiplier on that. Can we? Oh, where is it? It's balance attributes? Huh. Swear it gotta be like a... There's gotta be like a weighting speed multiplier. I do not remember. I'm probably just looking in the wrong spot, but I know there's a way to make Kairos like wade through the water at like top speed versus Spino. Most likely, in terms of like Kairos versus Rex, I would have Rex, you know, be advantaged versus Kairos on land. But then, like, you know, obviously if they're in the water, Kairos would be more agile, be able to dodge Rex's bites and just go in for swipes and attacks. You know, don't fuck with a Kairos in his swamp. Looked away for a minute. What happened? What happened is I'm trying to figure out how to, like, adjust the size ranges to not look really stupid. But yeah. So yeah, probably gonna put Alberto around like 3 point... Actually, how big is Alberto IRL? How big are you? I don't want to rely on you. I don't want to rely on Wikipedia either. Okay, how about Montana Dinosaur Trail? Can you tell me? That's... I don't believe you. Oh, no. I was never going to make Spino, like, double Rex size. No, he's just 9.2. So, round about, like, a... Yeah. Round about 2 tons heavier. How will you change the way that Acro plays? That entirely depends on how Acro ends up playing once it releases. Again, since we are kind of bound by whatever the game itself does, I'm assuming we're going to have to retain it being built around, like, strangling your prey. So, like, you know, I'm assuming it'll work like you latch onto the side of them, and then drain their oxygen over time, and then have them, and they'll try and, like, buck you off. I don't know. man, I don't know. Probably working like a crush mechanic against things that are smaller than it. Will you make Apexes slower or mid-tiers faster? I'll actually be making Apexes faster, but treating them less like Apexes, if that makes sense. I'll be balancing them to be more in line with the rest of the creatures on the roster. But with that comes them being a bit faster and, you know, being relevant in the conversation with all the other playables. But yeah, honestly, I don't really know too much about what we're going to be doing with Acro, other than he fills a very important niche and bridging that gap between, you know, between... Yes, they'll basically just be heavier mid-tiers. And I guess using that logic, the smallest creatures on the roster will be treated more like smaller mid-tiers, if that makes sense. Yeah. But yeah, no, Acro, okay, the one thing that I do know for sure is that model-wise, we're going to be making some changes. Slimming it down a bit, restoring its high spine, because it is the high-spined lizard. Basically just making him more visibly an Acrocanthosaurus. Do want to make my own modded server as well, but I'd keep the vanilla size for Rex and make Spino around 700 kilograms heavier and make their matchup based on Spino being aggressive or defensive. Interesting. Oh, something I know is that we're going to be changing how Rex looks a little bit. Let me see if I can grab some of the renders. Is it in the developer chat or in the internal chat? It's around here somewhere. Hold on. I mean, Lehman DM'd them to me, so I guess I could just tap over to that, but I'd like to pull it directly. There we go. Behold. He has lips.